took this opportunity to travel because if you might not be able to do it after. And then I never came back. First sale, it changed me forever because I was like, I can earn money just on my own, right? Because if I had started having this full-time job, you want to get the promotion, you are in this like environment where you're like, okay, go for it, get better. So what happened is that, I got that first sale, so I was like, okay, let's go. So then I went full on. My savings, they went down kind of quick, actually. I had to ask my housemates to lend me money. I wanted to have the pressure. Like when your friends are lending you money, you have more pressure. So I was like, okay, let's go. And I like it. But now the next step will be
All right, welcome to another show of Creating Freedom. Today, got another amazing guest here today. So look, when we start our shows, we always like to start with the main question is, what does creating freedom mean to you when you hear that?
okay, so when I hear creating freedom, I'm thinking about, having my own hours, being able to do like mainly what I want and enjoying my life on a day-to-day basis, not only when I'm going on holidays, but on a day-to-day basis, like enjoying what I'm doing and living a life that I like, and
Fantastic. So it probably wasn't always like that, but tell us, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit more about yourself for people that are listening or watching, who you are.
So I'm Cédric. I'm French, with a Togolese background. I grew up in Paris, and I graduated from a Master of Engineering in France. And to graduate, you need to do like an internship to end your studies, right? So I did a 6 months internship as a commercial engineer. So my role consisted of like hiring engineers to solve problems in companies. But so I was doing the normal 9 to 5. Actually, it was a 9 to 7. Like I had to arrive at work at 9:30 at the latest, and I couldn't leave before 7 p.m. So this was for 6 months. The salary was decent, but I was in this race where like you wake up around 7 because it takes you 1 hour to get to work. You get there before 9:30 because you don't want to run after 9:30. So you are there at 9, you work, and then you leave at 7:30 to rush to the gym. Sometimes you need to do after works because you want to do the politics and also like connect with your fellow workers. So it was this race, and a lot of politics at work too. And so at the end of the 6 months, they didn't extend my job for me to really join the company. So no more as an intern, but as a real, like, how do you call this?
Full-time employee.
They didn't offer you the position. But just before you go on, like, what are you doing now anyways? Just like, so understands, like, where you are now.
So right now I'm doing like, when I'm based in Bali usually like 8 to 9 months per year. And I'm doing like digital marketing.
Oh, cool.
So it's called copywriting. So I help like entrepreneurs and some companies to sell more online.
Oh, I love it. I love that stuff. Communication is sort of key. Okay, now that they know, if you go back to your story with like engineering, so you were you were hiring. Is that what you were doing?
So just to extend on what I was saying, I'm doing digital marketing, but also have another job which is like organizing events in Spain. When I go to Europe in July and August, I'm organizing events there.
What type of,
Mainly parties for like youngsters, like between 18 to 24.
Oh, nice.
So those are my two main jobs, right?
Well, I can't go then, can I? I'm not invited then.
I mean, you can go.
25.
I know Gren does it.
I'm scared there'll be a lawsuit against him, yeah?
As people who are older, sometimes they don't have.
That's right, don't worry. You have to soften it out. So it's okay.
You're the creepy grandpa, yeah? Oh, no. Wicked. That's cool. That's cool. And so just to expand on that, because I'm curious as well. So you do copywriting, you help entrepreneurs with their, to sell things online, influence people, and then also the events.
Yeah.
Like, how are you managing? How you doing these two things and working remote as well? Because I'm curious.
So, what's good about the event thing is like I need to be there only in July and August.
Okay.
So this is when it's really intense. And before going there, of course, there is a preparation of like 2, 3, 4 months, but you can do it online and it doesn't require you to work the entire day. So that's how I do mainly like marketing, digital copywriting when I'm in Bali. And yeah, the 2 months of that are really intense in July and August, I'm only doing events. But yeah, you can make it work because it doesn't require you to be full on the whole year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wicked. And then, so like there's a bit of a jump from like, events to like digital marketing. But I guess you started like everybody else, like that might be listening and watching as well.
So
You jump into the schools or the university, they didn't offer you a job.
yeah, so the thing is like after my internship, I could have had another job easily. Like when you are an engineer, it's not hard to find a job. But I was like, it's really a gift in disguise to not to have had the full-time job, because if I had started having this full-time job, then you want to get the promotion. You are in this like environment where your parents are like, okay, go for it, get better, whatever.
The rat race.
Yeah, the right race. And so I was like, okay, I can apply to other jobs, or I can take this opportunity to travel, because I had traveled before, but I had never lived in other countries for more than 2 months. So I took this opportunity to travel and said like, okay, do it now, because if you might not be able to do it after. And then I never came back. Yeah.
So when was the first place you went though? You said you traveled.
So the first place I went to was New Zealand. I went there for 6 months. Then I went to Australia for 2.5 years.
What made you choose New Zealand?
Yeah, I don't know, because in France, so many people go to Australia.
Yeah.
Like every one person out of 4 went to Australia. Maybe it's an exaggeration, but many people went there, and I was like, I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
So New Zealand was close to Australia, and I met some people who were telling me, "Oh, New Zealand is as fun as Australia, but without some of the drawbacks like spiders and snakes and stuff." I was like, okay, it seems amazing. They loved it, so I was like, okay, let's go to New Zealand.
Yeah, that's wicked. And so, at what point in time was it that you decided to go to New Zealand? Like, where was that? Just just after that they didn't offer?
Yeah, maybe 1 month after.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I started looking for apartments in Paris to be able to be close to my new job. And at some point, I was like, I had an introspection, and I looked at what happened during my internship, and I was like, is this really what I want? Because I felt like I was just living for work and living for the weekends. You're going to work and you're waiting for the weekends, you're waiting for the holidays, and also so much politics where like, because me, I was an engineer, but also a commercial engineer. So there are commissions involved. So your boss takes commissions on yourself, his boss takes commission on him. And I was like, sometimes, you negotiate a deal, like, I don't know, that's worth maybe 100K for the company. And you, as a bonus, you get like 500 euros. I was like, wow, okay, so it's good, but it's peanuts compared to the deal. And I'm like, I don't really like that, because you're trying to make good with everyone, with your boss, with his boss, politics, and I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of get naive in like coming after finishing uni or something. You want to help help everybody. But the reality is fucking cutthroat, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's cutthroat, but also everyone being young and then going into the world where greed is like human nature.
Yes.
Everyone who wants to pull just take everything from you. That's what I feel anyways. They paint a nice picture of what reality is supposed to be like. They paint that picture when you are going to school, and then when reality comes, when the rubber hits the road, mate, you're fending for yourself. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
So after that,
So tell us about your environment with your friends that you went to school with as well. Did they have that same sort of introspection, or did they kind of?
So yes, I have different kind of friends. So if I'm thinking about some of my best friends, so one of them is a lawyer, and he's making good money, but at the same time, he really doesn't enjoy his life so much because it's really stressful. On a day-to-day basis, he's stressed as hell, but he loves the job and the money is good. So he's like, and also you have the status. When you're a lawyer, the status is great. Like you go to a party, you say you have a lawyer at this company, that's a big company. You're like, I'm top guy. So I know that he's a bit attached to that too. And it was really hard for him because other of my best friend came to visit me in Bali. And he was like, "Oh, guys, I wish I was able to come to you, but I cannot take holidays like this." And it was really frustrating for him. So this is one. One of my best friend is also actually my best friend is like neurosurgeon. So for him, it's like it's passion. So he loves it. I have some who are still looking for what they're going to do. The one who came here in Bali was looking for inspiration because he hears so many people work for themselves or decided to get out of the normal environment, right? So yes, I have a friend working for Google. I think he likes it because Google they can be flexible. He can work. We can work remote. The salary is good. Some guys in finance.
Yeah, fantastic. And then when you were in New Zealand, well, what are some of the things that you learned during that period?
In New Zealand, so actually in New Zealand, I was living in a place where linked to a modeling agency because sometimes I'm doing modeling also, and so I was in a house where sometimes had models coming, and there was this this New Zealand guy who had many books about like entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So I stayed there for 6 months. I was mainly there doing like a bit of modeling and also like working in retail, like in the store and like Zara, H&M and stuff.
Oh, just a retailer.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just to to have something to eat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had many books. So what I learned to answer your question, what I learned was like the books that I read opened my mind on entrepreneurship and working for myself.
self-development books.
Yeah, like Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if
Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill.
Oh, you went down that road, yeah. That's
I
a good road to go, man.
Yeah.
When you start reading books, it really opens up your mind,
Yes, for sure.
It's what they should be teaching our kids in school. It's like, how comes you don't teach us in school? The stuff you teach us in school doesn't help us in life. In the world that we live in, it doesn't help. But them books there is like, it gets you kind of ready for real life.
For sure. Yeah. For sure, it was amazing.
Was there any other books you read?
I read also the One Thing.
The One Thing, okay, yeah.
You know this one too?
Yeah.
Yes, the One Thing was really good. So I think in that time period, I read those two books.
Change your mindset.
It changed my mindset like crazy. Because I asked the guy, okay, he had a big shelf. I was like, what books do you recommend? And he told me like these two. I think I've read a third one, but I don't remember.
Think and Grow Rich would have been enough.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich was like, it opened my mind.
What's your purpose kind of thing? That's the first question. Is like, why are you here? Where are you going? You're on a boat. You need to be sailing to somewhere. You got to have a destination.
Yeah, it was the
Makes you think.
for me this one was the best, yeah, the Think and Grow Rich one.
So what happened after that then, reading that book?
So after that, I was like, if it opens doors in your mind, it doesn't happen like this.
No.
So everybody in New Zealand was telling me about Australia. So I was like, and I grew up in Paris, so maybe it was a bit slow pace for me. New Zealand, maybe the most beautiful country I've been to, but a bit slow and not much happening. So I decided to go to Australia. And in Australia, after I think 1 year there, COVID hit in 2020. And that's when I really was like, okay, you need to start working on your own, for yourself. And I wanted to do something online because I love traveling. So I was like, okay, you need to do something online. So I just did a list of like 10 jobs that I could do
Yeah.
that could match my personality and that had the ability to give me enough money to live and to enjoy my life. So I just did a list of pros and cons.
Yeah, what was on that list? I'm curious if you
So-
can remember.
So if I'm not mistaken, on that list you had like copywriting, like
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now. You had graphic designer,
Mhm.
you have developer, like the people who
Mhm.
code the websites and stuff. You have translator, but this one I tried, it's not great. Web designer, graphic designer. What else was on the last list? Is SEO,
Yep.
SEO expert. Yeah.
And so, you had that list of 10 on there. What made you choose copywriting, or did you score it and did you have like a top 3 shortlisted, or did you try a couple of them?
Yeah, so the first one I tried was doing translation between French and English. I tried it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks or 1 month, but it was like the money was horrendous. It was like you were working for 1 hour for $5 or something. So I mean, you can earn money, but I mean, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So what made me decide was like the potential income, how fast you can reach it, and also what I liked in the job. So copywriting, I love psychology. And I also like numbers because I'm an engineer at first, and so there is a lot of psychology in selling. We might not see it when we're not in that, but there is a lot of psychology in marketing and stuff. You need to kind of influence people, right? So that's what I was excited about that, and also there are numbers because you need to see like, okay, we've done this funnel, this process to sell. It doesn't work? What happens? Is it because of the emails? Nobody reads the email.
Sure.
Is it because of the pages? Yeah, where you present the product. Do people see it and don't buy? So there were those aspects that were interesting, and also the potential income because you can earn a lot with it.
Yeah. So it was like conversion rate optimization as well.
Exactly, yeah.
But the interesting thing about your story, I think, is from the engineering background, where it is more left brain, right? And then you got copywriting, which is a little bit more right brain.
Yeah.
Either some people are really strong in like one or the other, but you've been able to, build the strength in both sides of the brain as well. So, and how did you? Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's funny because when I was in engineering school, I was making fun a bit of like people in like marketing, communication. I was like, "You're not doing anything." I didn't know the job, right? I was like, "You're just making things,
Pictures.
yeah, pictures. You're just making things look good." But actually, online, I saw this kind of guru talking. He was talking about copywriting. So I was listening and he just convinced me and I paid for his program. And then I was able to get I think my first 2 clients before finishing the program. And yeah, I didn't even know that I could do something like this that's more in the creative side.
Yeah.
But I mean, when people teach you well, you can do it, right?
Yeah.
And also you'll be surprised, but there are a few engineers in copywriting and
Yeah.
marketing.
I'm not surprised as well because that like Right, I love that stuff. That's why I'm into as well. But I want to go back to the point where you've bought the course, right?
Okay.
Because I feel like that is one of the biggest stepping stones or turning points, is to invest into yourself with money with somebody random over the internet. So how did that sort of happen?
How did that happen? So actually, yeah, this is a great question because the course was not cheap. It was 2,500 euros, US dollars. And I was not like, at that time, I think I was it was a transition time. So I was not like, I was not rich, far from it, like far from it. Like I didn't have much, maybe I had 4,000, 6,000, I don't know. Um, but it just convinced me because he was just saying like, you get one or two clients and you are able to live off of this new job, right? Um, and I was like, I had tried translating. My dad is in like investment banking, so he was telling me about like doing trading. But I tried that too. Yeah, I forgot, but I tried trading. But I was like, you need a capital to invest at first. It's a bit hard to start for 5K and make it to like 100K. So I was like, so I had tried these things and I was like, okay, you want to do this? This guy may have the solutions. So I was, well, I saw that some people had success with his course. And I think because of the engineering background and stuff, I have confidence in myself. I'm like, okay, if 10, 100, 200 people were able to do that, I'm like, I might be able to do it because like I have confidence in my brain, right? So I was like, it's a lot, but fuck it. And it's funny because me and my parents were like, wow, you got fooled. The people are like, when you're on that process of getting better, people they're like, what are you doing here? They don't really believe in what you're doing. So it's a bit hard, but it wasn't. I loved it, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll tell you how much. So saying the reason why I asked here, because that is a turning moment, and probably one of the best things you've done, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this thing might be the best.
Yeah, and so for me, my start in the course that I paid was $10,000. I put that in the credit card. Yeah,
10,000.
yeah,
To learn
like how to like build an online business,
Okay,
right?
wow, okay.
So it was a little bit more broad. It wasn't very specific.
Yeah.
But that opened up a lot. Like, and yeah, that was like, to make that jump to like, it was only like he sold it for like 8 weeks or something. It was like, and I think that's like maybe the even tuition of like a year at university.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean 2005. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, yeah, me for the engineering school, I think it was cheaper than that for 1 year.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so specific, and also it's like about the result you get at the end.
Yeah.
I think it was the same for you. It's like at the end of this, you're supposed to be able to get clients and make money online.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't lie. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And when you get that first
Sale.
sale,
Yeah.
it changes something.
Yeah.
It changed me forever because I was like, I can earn money just on my own, right? Like there was no one in between. It's just as I offer a service to a client and they give me money. I was like, damn, I received the PayPal and I was like, oh, so amazing.
Unbelievable. How much was your first sale, and what did you do for your wins?
So my first sale I think it was like something like 8 or 10 emails, something like this. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 500 US dollars. So it's not enough to live for a month.
Yeah.
But I was like, it created something in my mind. I was like, I just learned this skill.
Yeah.
2 months ago, 1 month ago, I didn't know anything about it. So I'm like, if I get better, it will be even more. And also like then sky is the limit. So yeah, I was so excited.
Yeah, it's wild. It doesn't matter how much. It's just that feeling of that first dollar online.
Yeah.
It's like it's game changer.
Game changer.
Game changer. Yeah, that's wild. And now, that's what you've done. You've done copywriting, and you're still doing that, right?
I'm still doing that. Like, yeah, I'm still doing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of like, you're here in Bali now. I know you wanted to work sort of remote. And what options did you have? And like, maybe are you traveling all different like digital nomad hubs, or sort of what's your life look like now? I guess.
What my life look like on a yearly basis, you mean?
So more so like, now that you've hit that light bulb moment,
Yeah.
right? You're making a little bit of, made your first sale. You have confidence in getting new clients. Now you're a little bit, I guess was it hard to find clients, but then after you're done, like, you've had this opportunity to pick where you want to live, pick what you want to do.
So what happened is that, yeah, I got that first sale, so I was like, okay, let's go. So then I went full on. I think at some point I bought some other courses that were a bit cheaper, but I was not able to directly change my location
Okay.
because I was making a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was still not enough to be like, okay, fuck everything else. So I was still working with a normal job in Australia to earn money. It was like,
Oh, so that was when you were in Oz, like you're still,
when
okay.
I was in
Pick up,
Australia.
yeah, sorry.
In 2020, I was still in Australia. And before starting this like adventure of like buying the course and everything, I was working in a company that was enabling customers to order at restaurant from their table. So they scan something and they order,
Yeah, like a
And
QR system.
yeah, like kind of a QR. Um, and 2020 hit. I was not able to work anymore for that company. And so after a few weeks, I had the opportunity to keep working for them. They told me, okay, now you can come by. And I was like, if I still work for that company and trying to launch my own thing, I don't have enough time. Some people do it. Some people are like, they go to work, they go home, and they work on that side hustle. But for me, it was a bit too much. I was like, okay, bro, you need to go full on. And I was not earning enough money to really just do that, but I did it. So I was like, no, I don't want to work for you anymore. So I went full on copywriting, and honestly, on the first months, sometimes I was getting 500, sometimes 300, but it was not enough. So the money I had on the side,
Saved up.
yeah, my savings,
Yeah.
they went down
Yeah.
kind of quick actually. I had to ask my how do you say housemates
Yeah.
to lend me money.
Yeah.
So I think they lent me up until maybe 2000 euros or 1,500.
Yeah.
And it puts pressure on me.
Yeah.
It put pressure on me because I could have also asked maybe my parents, but I didn't want to do that because I was like, I wanted to have the pressure. And from like when your friends are lending you money, you have more pressure. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go. And then after a few months, I was able to earn enough to live and to enjoy in Australia. And yeah.
Fantastic. And so that wasn't a very long time, because building from when you said you didn't want to go back to the other company, and then you've lent money. How long was that process till you're making something decent to, like, just a
Honestly,
eat,
to answer the question is a bit tricky because the thing is, I'm also doing the thing in Spain. So this helps too. It helps to take the risk because it gives me money when I go to Spain. So I think just from copywriting, being able to earn enough to live, I think it took me maybe 9 months, 1 year.
That's fast.
Maybe 1 year, yeah.
That's really good.
But yeah, it was not crazy, but yeah, enough to live. Yeah, enough to live in a not doing crazy thing, but enough to live.
Yeah, to live in Australia. Yeah.
To live, to live in Bali.
That's what I was gonna say. Live in Bali, nice and free.
To live in Bali easier. To live in Australia, yes, but
You're get
really not the high life.
Yeah. Look, and that's fine as well. Bali is great, because the thing is, it's not so much about sort of the money. It's like the people here with that ambition, right? Everybody's on different levels, and like people come to Bali, you know, you know, to start their own thing, but being surrounded by that energy where everybody's just like ambitious or just like either thriving. That's where you get the energy from. So cannot do it back at home.
Yeah, the quality of life. He said, so the money that you be getting, that money here, the quality of life, you can have much more better. But if you took that money back to Australia or took it back to England, it's like, it's not going that far, you know. Yeah, you're gonna get a good life. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing with what I always look at Bali. Is that the money you can get here can really give you a good quality of life. With that same amount of money back home, it just doesn't kind of.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, sweet. And what's your future sort of look like? Like, you know, what are you building? What are you doing next? Right? You growing that copyright stuff. You growing the events thing. What are you doing in the next couple of years?
Well, it's hard to know me. My personal one goal that I had in mind right now is to really start something for myself, because the copywriting is nice, and it's like I'm a freelancer, but I'm still working for people, right? So it's fun because you're learning with other people's businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great because you're learning, you're testing things, you're like, okay, I can do that, and we sell more, and I can do this, and we sell less. But at the end of the day, you're still working for someone, and I like it. But now the next step will be to be able to do something for me.
Wait.
But it's not. I don't know yet. But I know it's not that easy to be.
I tell you what, because
there is more risk to it.
I always had the idea as well, like, work for myself. Then when I'd done a couple of different things. Some things was for myself. And like my last thing was the security company. So I had my own security company, but then people hire out my security company. So anyway, now I'm working for these cunts.
That's with like everything. You got a client, that's your boss. Yes. But the thing is, you can negotiate and the expectation.
Different bosses, different stuff,
Yeah, there is always.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I think around with the security, the people you have to work with is that when their shit go wrong, they don't want to look wrong, so they're being on the security. It's like, oh, right, I said it. But when I was doing some other stuff, it wasn't that bad. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess the abilities you have control to build sort of the culture and what clients come in, right? I think, and filtering them.
But then you have people who sell online, like people buy products and they sell the products, like they bought it themselves, so they sell it for themselves. So they're not really. Would you say they're working for someone? They're not
Not really. Yeah, if you have a physical product,
yeah.
you're selling like I don't know sofas. Yeah, it's like you're not in contact with the clients, right?
True, but the thing is, whoever the boss is, if you're going to be copywriting for the products or the landing page of that, there's still some.
No, he's saying if it's you who's selling the product, then
if you're the one creating the product, like you're the one selling chairs or selling sofas,
then you don't have a
boss. You don't really have.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, from like a product. Yeah, I guess what you meant. Yeah.
I guess if it's a service,
maybe
clients are the boss, kind of.
Yeah. I guess like, anybody, maybe, you were talking about your friends before that, he can't take time off, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I wish I could sort of do what you do. And in a similar situation with me as well. We've got a wedding that's coming up in this year in Toronto. He's just come back from Vietnam. I brought him out to Bali last year, and now he's got no annual leave to go to the wedding.
Okay.
So same situation. So but the good thing is, like, my brother, he is thinking a little bit of ahead, open, like wanting to open. So it's, that's good. But if for anybody that's sort of watching, such as your friend that wants to, do you have any sort of advice, or to other people that, might be in your situation where they just sort of finish school, don't know what they want to do, or...
Honestly, for the people who they have just finished school, I would be like, just if you have something in your mind, just try it. Like, you don't have children. What's the worst that can happen?
I was waiting for that.
It's like, really, like, there is no thing bad that can happen, like, to you. Maybe you you lost a bit of time, but you will have learned a lot of experience. You will have gotten closer of like earning your own money. So those people just out of school, just go for it. Then I mean, of course, when you have children and stuff like this, I guess it's a bit different. It can be harder because like it requires a lower energy, more risk. But yeah.
Fantastic. Is anything that else you want to say, or we didn't go over?
And people can follow you or something?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Cédric Folly. Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Nice.
Say hi to Cédric. Doesn't know you got paddle.
Okay. Gonna play your paddle now, yeah?
Yeah, and then boxing tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, but fantastic. Living the life. So, guys, thanks for joining in. Cédric, the man over here. Thanks for having him on. And then, guys, we'll have a guest next week. Until then, chat to you guys. Bye.
Best.